Today's topic, I wanted to do a follow-up because there's another video I ended up watching, and I think it's important because it kind of contextualizes everything. So if you guys haven't seen the first video, we put that out just the day before, so you guys can go check that out. She got married to someone rather quickly. During that marriage, she ended up getting raped a couple of times, and then after that, her children that she had with this man, which I think we misspoke on, she had two children with this man. They ended up getting touched by the man. So she made a video about it. It went viral, and a lot of people were discussing it, but just keep listening.
Hey ladies, welcome back to The New Trophy Wife. Today I'm going to be sharing my story with you guys about how I went from being a single mom to a spoiled housewife in less than 1 year. And you can too.
When you know what you know and you listen to that, it's crazy.
I had my first child when I was 17 years old. I intentionally got pregnant with my boyfriend at the time and basically turned into a child raising a child. After having two children and being a single mom, I think that my self-esteem was definitely low. I didn't know that at the time, but if I think back about the kind of men that I was choosing, it definitely was a reflection of my lower self-esteem. My mom drilled into me, oh, go with the man that's going to be the best breeder. And I think society drilled into me to go after the thug, the street dude, the swag type dude, or whatever you want to call it. I was very self-sufficient, all about the mindset of, oh, I can do it by myself. I don't need a man, as so many of us modern women say. It felt so lonely, and it was sad. It was really sad. It was, I'd say, one of the lowest points in my life. And I realized that I don't want to do this on my own. I don't want to raise these boys on my own. I want a family, and I want someone that I can love, someone that loves me and my children. And after learning quickly that everything that glitters is not gold, I happened to come across Shira7 on YouTube, and she completely changed my life. And she basically taught me what a high value man is and what to look for when trying to find a husband.
You know Shira7 is?
No.
That's the drizzle girl. Or is it sprinkle?
It was
the original sprinkle.
If you're a woman and you're jealous and you're married, you married the wrong man. Sprinkle.
No, she's not. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Remember when all the women were like, yo, if you gotta pay bills, sprinkle, leave his ass. Because I could pay bills by myself. What I need him for. You know, that lady.
Yes, I tell women to cheat if this is your circumstance. If you're not cheating, you should be. Paying half the rent in this, you should be allowed to cheat and level up.
So because of her, she wanted to become a trophy wife. Okay, social media got y'all fucked up.
Yes,
truly. This is social media.
That's really that. That's self-admitted.
And just another detail that's really important here. She was with the father of her kids from 17 till about 24. Did one Christmas by herself and said, "I'm changing everything.
I'm done."
Okay, let's keep watching.
So I ended up taking my sister's advice and signing up for eHarmony, and I think the second person that I matched with was the man that I'm married to now, my husband. My husband and I have a 20-year age gap, and he was not the first older man that I dated. I actually dated someone like 10 years older than me. A lot of people have told me not very mature for my age, so someone 10 years older than me just wasn't a big enough age gap for me to vibe with.
Did she say someone 10 years my age wasn't enough of an age gap for me to vibe with? So she needed someone much older, according to herself.
You needed that.
And so when I met my husband, I knew right away almost, and people say that, but it was definitely true. I know it sounds cliche. Just from our first date, it just felt natural. I felt like I just had known this person already. It was so comfortable. I think we both were kind of just dating different people at the time, and it's not good to put all your eggs in one basket. But we had a great first date, and I think he ended up asking me to be his girlfriend on the first date, and I said I would think about it. Then I had gotten into a serious relationship with somebody, and I ended up falling for the girlfriend trap. But that guy had really been investing a lot into me and doing a lot for me, so I kind of felt like I had to agree to be his girlfriend because he asked me multiple times, and I finally agreed. I could tell that he was really just putting up with my kids. He didn't really embrace them. And I just packed all my stuff and left. And it was crazy because the next day, my now husband, reached out to me and was like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I told him, I just got out of a relationship, and I kind of told him a little bit about why. And he was telling me like, oh, those are my boys. And he had genuinely really connected with my kids. And he was not the kind of man that would just be nice to them to get to me. Like, it was very genuine.
The day after.
That isn't even the most shocking part. She went on a couple of dates with him.
And they already met the kids. They already vibe. They already vibe with the kids.
Okay.
Yo.
Sorry. No. I don't care. Victim blame, whatever. Okay, let me say this real fast. All right? You're a parent. You're dating strangers. That's cool. You're not supposed to invite them to meet your kids. They're not even your partner.
After a couple of dates.
Oh my days. I'm sorry, but no. Okay? See, this is the thing. Everybody, remember last video what you said to me?
That kind of person did what they did and was trying to hide it from you. It's not because you didn't do your job.
She didn't do nothing.
And remember what you said?
How do you know, though?
She just neglectly I like to believe that it's not her.
The truth is we don't know. We don't know.
And we don't.
The thing. We see somebody who's victimized, and she's a victim, okay?
Yeah.
And there is no perfect victim, to be fair. She invited anybody into her life. You have young, very young children, and random men are meeting them? Within a year of leaving their father, you're already living with somebody else? Sorry, no. Sorry, absolutely not. And I don't care.
Oftentimes when you do stuff like that and you criticize people with kids, they're often going to tell you, well, you don't know, you ain't got no kids.
Bitch, I was a kid.
No. Like, it don't take a firefighter to recognize a fire. You understand what I'm saying? It's not because I ain't got no kids that cannot recognize it with some red flags. I understand you people with kids. It's really like touchy to even comment on the fact that how you're raising your kids or anything like that. But we can recognize a red flag without having the kids. There's some things that are it's in the society. We keep saying that it's out there. Stop. Don't let anybody. It's your kids.
This man told her he wanted her to be his girlfriend on the first date.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's another red flag.
That's weird.
So somebody wants to commit to you. They don't know your kids yet. They don't know your life yet. And they already want... You don't think that's bizarre?
That was something that stood out about him versus other men that I had dated, was he really embraced the fact that I had children because he wanted children. So, he was talking... My lease was going to be ending very soon, which is why I went ahead and moved in with my person that had became my ex. We started living together and...
What did she say?
Her lease was about to end.
So that's why she moved?
Well, no, she's already breaking up with the guy because she didn't want to go... According to her.
I told my husband, I was like, hey, it was so embarrassing to admit, but I was like, I need a place to stay because...
Okay! Okay! That's what I caught. You don't even need to play the rest of the video.
We're going to play the rest of it. So let me get this straight. If you as an individual want to be a hobosexual, that's none of my business. Is it irresponsible? Absolutely. Dragging your 2 and your 4-year-old along with you, thinking that shit's sweet, and the man want to take care of you so it's cute? Nah. You're irresponsible, and you are absolutely putting these kids in danger. Yo, and you know what? People want to say victim blame this, and that. Man, listen, if you knew some guy ran a daycare and was letting strangers come by anytime they wanted to come take care of these kids, and those kids got diddled, you would hold that person running the daycare account.
100%.
This is the goddamn parents, the ones who are supposed to care for these kids the most, and they letting anybody in their life. They moving up with anybody. No. And she had a YouTube channel promoting this shit. She's saying this shit with a goofy fucking smile. Telling other women how great it is and giving them tips on how to do this shit.
Yep. Like she said it out loud.
No.
And didn't hear herself.
No.
And he was saying, well, if you're going to live with me, it's going to be as my wife, not as my girlfriend.
Tout de suite? Tout de suite? Ah, l'Éternel est mon berger.
In 1 week?
Ta houlette et ton bâton me rassurent. Tu dresses devant moi une table devant mes adversaires.
Hold up.
Au mal.
In 1 week?
1 fucking week, my guy.
Not even a week. She was talking to this guy the moment she broke up with the other dude. She didn't even move out.
The day after. Est-ce que vous comprenez?
She said, I'm about to be homeless. He said, you better be my wife.
This is crazy.
So you didn't accept being his girlfriend on the first date, but you just gonna be... Hey, yo, you know what?
And I was like, well, how spontaneous are you? And he laughed and he said, very spontaneous. I was like, right. So we started entertaining the idea of getting married immediately. So I'm going to go and get the wedding ring. We were talking about getting married like the next week.
Yo, she about to be homeless with 2 kids, and she talking about, I'm gonna go get a wedding ring.
This crazy. Hey, I don't know what it is. Disney, I don't know if it's Disney that got you fucked up like that. I'm gonna find my Prince Charming in a day. But this is crazy. Nobody.
What single mom did you see on Disney?
Nobody.
What Rapunzel did you see?
It's not even the single kid. It's finding the Prince Charming that's gonna save me out of my situation. It ain't really got to do with the single kids. It's always like it's more like the knight in a white armor that's gonna come up and swoop me up. I don't even know. Like,
actually, I don't mind that. You know what? If you got no kids and you want to be this fucking stupid, that's your business. And I'm not. Look, you want to go? I think it's still fucking stupid, but that's your business.
That's crazy.
You got kids. None of this shit ever be acceptable. Sorry. No. I don't care what you say. They didn't ask to come into this world. You brought them. You decided to do this. Consciously, you made that decision with somebody. So you know what? A lot of shit that you may want to do because you like it, you need to start thinking 3, 4, 5 times about it because they around.
My girl, you don't have any friends that told you that was a bad idea?
Her sister's the one who put her on that Share 7 garbage.
You don't have any people around you that told you like, hey, shit, sis, you're moving too fast. Pump your brakes. Rev slow. No, nobody around you.
No.
You have to surround yourself with people that are gonna smack you upside the head. You might not like what the fuck they say, but at least they're gonna hold you accountable. Yo, right there, you messed the fuck up.
Her sister's the one who put her on this path.
I went and got his ring, and the next time we talked on FaceTime, I was like, I did something. He was like, what did you do? I was like, I got your wedding ring. I had really bad habit of like spending money. And I was like, if I don't get the ring now, then I'm not going to get it. So I went ahead and got it. Well, let me rewind. So then after that, I think it was like the next day, something told me to go online and check my eHarmony profile. So I went on there and I saw that he had updated his picture. And I was like, oh no, this dude is playing around. Like, I'm glad I didn't spend a whole bunch of money on this ring. Like, he was just playing. And I screenshotted it and sent him a picture. And I said, it doesn't seem like we're on the same page. So
let me get this straight. Dude said he wanted you to be his wife.
It was still on eHarmony.
And you found out that he was updating the shit like he's still talking to other people, and you still married the man. Okay.
And he texted me and he was like, no, I'm serious. I am going to marry you, in caps. And I think that evening he like ended up going and buying my ring. And the ring that he got me is not the ring I have now. It was a nice ring, but it wasn't nearly as big as a rock that I'm currently sporting. But when he showed it to me, in my head, I said, it's not about the ring, it's about the marriage. And I definitely think that that's something that you ladies should keep in mind, is that if a man is going to propose to you, don't make it about the ring, because that can really turn a man off and make him think that that's all that you care about is having a big ring, when it's more important to have the marriage.
I think it's more important to have the relationship. I think it's more important to have time.
It's more important to have safety for your kids.
I'm pretty sure if I opened up my fucking Instagram and said, hey, to somebody, some crazy person's probably going to say yes. Mm-hmm. Probably more important to get to know them first.
So we ended up getting married the next week. Everybody was shocked. I randomly called my mom, my grandmother, hey, I'm getting married in a few days. We got married at the courthouse because I told him I don't need a big wedding. I'd rather spend that money elsewhere. Becoming his wife and really being the kind of woman that could just get a ring like that took work. I had to become the kind of woman that a man would want to take around his colleagues. But yeah, I know it's kind of a interesting story, but I also helped 2 of my sisters to get married. They both got married in less than a year as well. So I'm really good at knowing how to get women the ring.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'm not, at first I was just angry because I think kids are raised in these environments. Now I'm just sad because kids are raised in these environments. And there's literally nothing most of us can do about the fact that, there's no license to be a parent. There's nothing. Any of you crazy motherfuckers can have kids and put them in all kinds of situations. And then if they get violated, then all I'm supposed to say is you guys are victims and that's it. And I can't question what the fuck you were doing as a parent. I can't. Apparently, that's the world that y'all live in. You know what? I don't give a fuck about that world. It's a dumb fucking world. And you're a fucking idiot too. Yes, you're a fucking idiot. If you're not willing to critique parents who don't care about not putting seatbelts on their kids, leaving their kids in the car, leaving their kids with random women they've never met, and don't even think twice about it, living and moving in with you, then something wrong with you, in my opinion. Those kids didn't ask to be brought in this world. The least you could do is try to protect them. I'm not saying you got to be perfect, because sometimes things happen to our kids and it's not your fault. Sometimes that's the case. And even this happening to her kids, it shouldn't be okay because she made dumb fucking decisions. But goddamn, if you don't want to get robbed, is it too much to say, hey, close your door? She didn't even do that. Like, there should be a bare minimum threshold that you have to meet, and I think that's the way the law works as well, before you can be criminally charged for not taking care of your kids. You left your kid in the car, we find them just before they pass away. Can we not ask the same goddamn questions? Should you not be held liable? And you invited complete random fucking people.
Within a week.
Moving into, you don't know them. And then you want a Pepe Frog, I didn't know this was going to happen. Like, cut the shit, man. I'm not saying parents got to be perfect. Goddamn, my mom wasn't perfect. My dad wasn't perfect. Most parents I know are not perfect. Nobody asking that. But did she even do the bare minimum? Be honest. And now I have people DMing me all this bullshit about the victim. Shut your ass up. And you know, most single moms I meet are very responsible. In fact, they go the opposite direction. They do everything they can to vet the people before they bring them in life. That's the ones I meet personally.
That's the one
I've never met a single mom in my life who's like, yo, come meet my kids right away.
That's the one I know too.
I'm sorry. I have to look at the opposite and say, you guys are fucking idiots.
It's like it gives a bad name to single mom. You know, there's a stigma with single mom. There's, especially right now with the red pill and stuff like that, they're always blaming that, oh, you made the wrong decisions, you know? Yeah, we have to highlight the ones that are doing the good ones, you know what I mean? That's how I've been raised. When someone doesn't do good, you tell that person. And that person needs to know that they fucked up. No matter how hard the situation is and how messed up the situation is, the person has to know that they mess up. And we keep going in this situation where we don't talk about those things because it's difficult, because we don't want to, but she's already having a bad time. Yeah, but it's part of it. It's part of it. I feel like every time I fuck up, I have no sympathy from the people that are telling me that I fuck up. And they shouldn't. Reality is they shouldn't. If I fuck up, it's going to be hard, but you got to let the person know. And we have to have these discussions, these hard discussions. It's not easy. I understand it. But if we would stop talking, stop moving every time something is difficult, this world is not going to go nowhere. And we're going to keep on repeating the same mistakes all over again. It doesn't exclude the fact that some shit happened to the lady. And that man is a terrible, terrible man. But you also have to ask questions and hold people accountable. Were all the steps met? You don't understand it's difficult to be a parent. It is. By God, you have to at least try. I'm here talking about the door was not even locked. The door was not even locked. Bitch was right open.
There was no door.
There was no door. There was no house.
Apparently.
There was no fucking house.
And it's not like she couldn't give her kids a house. She said she had money. She said she liked spending irresponsibly. She wanted someone to take care of her. She didn't want to do it by herself. So she's not even getting in a relationship for the right reason. Sorry. No. Absolutely not. Stop it. Yeah, I'm getting upset about this because I'm like thinking about kids being victimized because bitch wanted new Gucci bags and someone to take care of her.
That's crazy.
Fucking stupid. You as an adult want to make these dumb decisions? Hey, listen, that's your prerogative. You brought kids into this world that, I don't know. And people said something else too that I thought was stupid. Oh, well, what does this trophy wife stuff have to do with it? Just take 2 seconds to think. When all you do is overvalue a man's ability to provide and take care of you financially and overcommit to you quickly without you really knowing them, then how do you expect to vet men? How do you expect to be treated like respect when you've come up and said, I'm a trophy wife? Sorry. The way top men talk about trophy wife isn't some glamorous thing to be respected. Bitch, know your place because I make all the money. And she was fine with that. She talked about changing all aspects of herself to mold to her man. Changing for a partner isn't inherently bad, but changing to the amount that she did to become some kind of object for this guy, yeah, sorry. Is it any surprise that a man that would grape you would grape your kids? Not to me. Multiple times. Why is that shocking to you guys? He's already violated the sanctity and the boundaries of his wife and done it multiple times without caring for her well-being. He kisses her on the cheek right afterwards, moves on with his day, and does it again. He did it to her 4 times early in their marriage. So the moment the papers were signed, the moment they were behind closed doors, he started graping her. Why would I think a man like that wouldn't violate other women in his life? If he violated his wife, why wouldn't he violate his kids? Why is that surprising to people? That's like saying a man who beats random strangers on the street, I'm shocked he would beat his kids and his wife. Bruh, that's who he would beat the most. You know why they grape the wife? Because she's the most accessible and it's the less likely to fall back on him. Who else is even more less likely to fall back on him? His kids. I don't know. Maybe because you guys have spent too much time online, so you hear these terms and you see it sounds cute. But you don't see what happens to people in real life who live these kinds of lifestyle.
I've seen them. It's not cute.
We have those ideas of trophy wives, okay, in East Africa. I saw what happened to those women. Those are the kinds of people who get AIDS from their husband, going around do whatever they wanted with prostitutes, and then bring it back home, and then she's never allowed to speak on it. Yeah. I see what happens to people who get married within 2-3 days of knowing somebody. It's very normal where I'm from. Hell, they do arranged marriages. Sometimes arranged marriages go well, and sometimes they don't. But bitch, you had no say in it. So, no, I'm not going to sit here and not have this conversation. Because you guys get online and run these goofy fucking YouTube channels where you promote shit that's actually just dangerous. Yeah, I'll say it is. And this person, she's a fucking idiot. She's a victim, yeah. But she's also a fucking idiot. And it should be okay to say that. Oh, but I don't want to hurt because she's in a tender place. You know what? She don't really seem to care that much. I have a hard time understanding it. She's just broadcasting her kid's trauma. I said in the first video it was weird. Now I feel even less sympathy for her. Because those kids did not choose their parent to go shack up with some random fucking guy. They didn't choose to be the rape victim. And they didn't choose to have their parent broadcast it to everyone so everyone in their vicinity, everyone in their city, everyone in their family knows that those kids have been victimized now.
Where's she from? DC?
I don't know.
We're in Canada. That's over the world. That's not even city no more. That's the world. That's internet. It's viral.
Yeah, her videos
That's
got more.
every freaking body.
No.
I'm just going to say this. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Okay. In the video, you said that when you were 17, you had a kid by your boyfriend and you wanted that at 17, and you were basically a kid raising kids. The way you're talking, you're still a kid. With the decisions that you're making, I'm just poor decisions with my money. You're still a kid raising kids. It's a succession of dumb decision. I was about to say not the smartest, but that's downplaying it. A succession of dumb decisions and fairy-like, princess-like, kid-like kind of thing. You're still a kid raising a kid at 24. Is it because you never had time to grow up? Because you had a kid at 17 that you're still perpetrating the same? I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, but there's definitely something there.
Yep.
I'm done.
She's still a kid.
No? Bruh.
Moved in quickly. Had 2 kids very young. Moved in with one guy. Didn't work out. Within a day, moved in with the next guy.
Within a week, got married.
Spending money recklessly. Yep.
I would have given the money to a kid and do some decision. They would have done better life decisions. I feel like, at least the kids I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I'll say this too, because you were victimized, there's people who are going to look for you because of that reason. And there's people going to look for your kids for that reason as well. Because people who are victimized are very likely to get re-victimized.
Mm-hmm. The cycle. If you don't fix or heal whatever it's in there that made you make those poor decisions, you're doomed to repeat the cycle.
Yeah.
So
and now you're in a situation where you're even more likely to want to be shacked up with somebody.
Because you need support. You need someone to hold you.
Because you have more kids. Yeah, I don't know. This is super sad.
Yep.